So today we're going to be working on Unit 2, Lessons 7 and 8. And I am starting with the homework page, so you will not have these problems in your binder because these are not included. So I'm going to do these two problems and I'm going to show you some examples, and then we will work on some from your problem set. So if I look at this very first problem, 273 times 346, it's going to start off the exact same way that your other problems start off. So I'm going to do the multiplication of the 6. I'm going to do it times the ones place, the tens place, and then the hundreds place. So 6 times 3 is going to give me 18. I carry my 1, or my plus 1 if you'd like to put the plus in front of it. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 1 is 43. I put down my 3. I carry my 4. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Now I'm going to cross off everything that I don't need, and I'm going to put down my 0. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to the tens place. And I'm going to start doing my multiplication again, just like you would do it if this 3 was not there. So if this 3 was not there, I'm confident that all of you could do this problem. So now we're going to do the 4, pretending like this 3 does not exist right now. So if I was going to do that, I would start with 4 times 3, which is 12. Carry my 1. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. And then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Okay, so now I'm done with the tens place. So I can cross all of those out. Now, because I'm done with the tens place here, I not only have to put in the 1 0 for the ones place, but now I also have to put in a 0 for the tens place here too. So now I end up with 2 placeholders. So now I can start my multiplication again. So I've got 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. Put down my 1. Carry my 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. Now I'm going to add all of these up. So I've got 8, 5, 24, 4, and 9. So this problem has a solution of 94,458. If I do the problem, 273 times 306, this one has a step in the middle that's going to involve a lot of zeros. So when I start off this problem, I have the same problem as I did up here to begin with, because I have this 6 in the ones place and times 273. So I have 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 1 is 43. And 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 4 is 16. Okay, done with this, done with this, done with this, and I put down my 0. Okay, now I move over to the tens place, and I'm going to do all of my multiplication by the tens place. Now, you can write all of this out. If that helps you to keep your place, please do it. So 0 times 3 is 0, 0 times 7 is 0, and 0 times 2 is 0. If you want to skip this step, you may, but here's where everybody makes a mistake. When you cross out this 0 in the tens place, you have to put down 2 placeholders before you start your multiplication again. So then I end up with 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 7 is 21, and 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And now I can do my addition. So I get 8, 3, 15, 3, and 8. 83,538. Okay, so if you look, these problems were very similar. One had a 4 in the tens place and one had a 0 in the tens place, but it altered my final answer by a decent amount. So let's look at lesson 7 problem set. So you do have this one in your binder. I would recommend getting it out because I'm going to do letter A with you. So letter A is 481 times 352. So I'm going to start with my multiplication in my ones place. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Put down my 6. Carry my 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Cross it out. Cross it out. Put down my first placeholder. Now I can do my multiplication by my tens place. So 5 times 1 gives me 5. 5 times 8 gives me 40. I put down my 0 and I carry my plus 4. 3 times 4 gives me, oh, I'm sorry, not 3. I almost messed up. 5 times 4 gives me 20. Plus 4 is 24. Now I can cross this out. I can cross this out, and because I crossed out my tens place, I now have a placeholder in both my ones and my tens. Now I can start the multiplication in my hundreds place. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Put down my 4. Carry my plus 2. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Now I can add all of these numbers up. It's very important to notice that all of these numbers in each place are lined up so that when you go to add, you're not accidentally adding the wrong digit in the wrong place, because that will give you an incorrect answer. So when I add these up, I get 2, 11, 14, 9, 6, and 1. So 169,412. So on this problem set, it also goes on, so now I'm on the back, so you can go ahead and flip your paper over. It also goes on to get even larger numbers. So now we've moved from 3-digit by 3-digit to 3-digit by 4-digit. Or I'm sorry, 4-digit by 3-digit. So if I am going to do a 4-digit number by a 3-digit number, like the one in 2A, I'm going to do it the exact same way that I've been doing the multiplication for all of my other problems. So I'm going to start with the ones place, and I'm going to multiply it across. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. Put down my 0. Carry my 2. 5 times 8 is 40. Plus 2 is 42. Cross out. Cross out. Put down my placeholder. Okay, now if you want to do the multiplication and put all these zeros down, you can. Or you can cross this one out and put it in your placeholder, okay? If what I just did confuses you, please go ahead and do all the multiplication by 0. It's not gonna hurt anything. But hopefully you'll notice that because I crossed out my tens place, I put this 0 in the tens place so I can start my multiplication by the hundreds. So now I can do 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Put down my 2. Carry my plus 1. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 1 is 22. 5. And see how this gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it becomes more and more important that all of your digits are lined up. If it helps you to put placeholders in when you do your addition, please go ahead and do that. It's not going to hurt anything. So then I can do my addition. And I end up with an answer of 2,562,305. So lesson 7 goes on to have more multiplication problems, 4-digit by 3-digit, and then it also has some word problems in it as well. So on the next slide in your lesson, I will tell you which ones of these to do. In lesson 8, it's very similar to everything else we've been doing. But this time around, it's having you estimate what you think the product will be first, and then actually solving it to help you be able to check if what you get for an answer makes sense or doesn't make sense. So if you look at 1A, they rounded these numbers to the nearest hundreds. And by rounding these to the nearest hundreds, they had 200 times 300. And hopefully you remember this trick. 2 times 3 is 6. And then how many zeros do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You add on your zeros. So when you do this multiplication, you should get something slightly larger than 60,000, or right around 60,000. I said slightly larger because if you notice, both of these numbers rounded down. So that's why when I do this multiplication, I hope my answer is something slightly larger than 60,000. So if I was going to round B, I would round these to the nearest 100 to make my life easy. So I would have 662 rounds to 700 times 372 rounds to 400. And now I do this trick again. 7 times 4 is 28. And then how many zeros do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I do this multiplication, my estimate is 280,000. Now, if I notice, both of these numbers rounded up to the hundreds place. So when I get my answer, I would hope that my answer is something right about 280,000. But if it's correct, it should be slightly less than that because both of these answers rounded up. So if I were you, I would do this work on another piece of paper because this box is awfully small for such a giant multiplication problem. So let's go ahead and do this one. So 662 times 372. 662, oops, I'm gonna move that down because that's up a little high. Let's do it here, okay. So 662 times 372. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Cross off, 0. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 is 43. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 4 is 46. Cross off, cross off, cross off. And now I've got 2 placeholders. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. And 3, oops, plus 1. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Okay, so I've got 4. I have 6, 6, 9, 12. 16, 14, and 2. Okay. So, let's compare. My estimate was 280,000. My actual number was 246,264. So are these answers close? They sure are. So you can absolutely agree that this estimate matches this product. Lesson 8 goes on to have these boxes for you. And again, I will give you what problems you are doing. And then it also goes on to have a few word problems. Don't worry, we are not going to do all of these. If you have extra time today, please do the exit tickets for lesson 7 and 8. And then we will start working on the next lesson tomorrow when I see you. If you get your exit tickets done as well, you may go on Zern or Prodigy. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.